Howdy folks, King's Drummer with you for another video. I'm going to show you some records and some tapes I bought from my local store, which is called Replay Records. And a few videos back I mentioned that Replay Records is closing its doors for good. In fact, this is the final week they're open. New Year's Eve will be the last day he'll be open for business, and come January 1st, no more Replay Records for forever. And that breaks my heart. And he's basically giving away his inventory next to nothing. $1 a record. If there's anything over 20 bucks, he gives it to you for half off. Unfortunately, he picked the wrong month to do that because the holidays, major repairs to my truck. It's not been a very good month for me to buy vinyl. But I managed to go in there and get some goodies from him, what was left. I mean, everybody's taking it. I saw when I drove up there a couple days ago to buy what I'm about to show you. I saw a guy coming out with his neon sign that says, you know, used LPs and blah blah blah. Another guy came out with 2 racks of shelving. Another guy came out with 2 armloads full of posters and any fixtures that they can just pull off the wall. I mean, it's all going. Some of the stuff he's just giving to people if they'll just take it out of the store. So I managed to buy some LPs and just say my goodbyes to him. Hopefully someone will set up shop in my town soon. So here is the going away for good sale at Replay Records, what I managed to steal from him. Or practically steal from him, let's put it that way. And we're going to start with Alan Parsons' project, Eye in the Sky. Look at that glare, Jesus Christ. Every album I'm going to throw up here only cost me $1 a piece. And this LP is in such great shape. I almost felt like an asshole for taking it for $1 a piece. I mean, it is in really good condition with the original insert, as you can see. And it has the custom label on it. Some great music on this. Of course, the first side of this record I really loved. I always loved the song Eye in the Sky. That was a big hit from Alan Parsons' project. And this is just an enjoyable listen. I love its cover, because this gold plate, metal, whatever you want to call it, is real shiny and there's a nice texture to it. Really cool cover. So I like the way they put this cover together. Really nice. So got that for $1. Was listening to it a couple nights ago, and I think I've listened to side 1 about 4 times already. Very enjoyable listen. And another Alan Parsons project is The Turn of a Friendly Card. I believe that's the name of it. And I've heard the song Games People Play on here. To tell you the truth, I haven't had a chance to really listen to this yet. Thanks to the holidays, and I'm still working right now, and I'm still showing up to work. I don't have a lot of time off like a lot of lucky people. But I've heard a couple songs off of this, and my last vinyl video I showed like the best of Alan Parsons' project, so I always wanted to get a hold of more of their records. So this was a chance to do so, and these are like unfortunately, since I waited too long to go into his December going out of business sale, all the collectible records were already snagged up by people, some lucky people. Had he done it last month, I probably would have took practically his whole inventory, but not a good money month for me. December has really hit me hard in the pocketbook, but this is a great record. For the songs that I know on here, and can't wait to discover more from Alan Parsons. A really enjoyable listen. I know these are common records, but I really love them. I never had them before. Got a Steve Winwood record called Roll With It, and another record that's in excellent shape. I mean, Willie sold nothing but used LPs, but I gotta say, all his albums, I say Willie because that was the owner of the store, all his albums were always in good shape. I have never gotten an album that skipped or had a scratch in it from his store. And if it did, he would replace it in a heartbeat. So, and he knew me very well. He knew me by my first name, and I got that nice specialized service, and I don't get that in many places. So yeah, I'm really gonna miss his store. I'm just gonna miss talking music to the guy or with him. But anyway, this is a fantastic record. Always loved Steve Winwood's voice. Such a soulful voice, and this is a real fun record to listen to. I got Big Generator from Yes. This is during that Trevor Rabin era when we replaced Steve Howe. Made a lot of Yes fans angry, and I'm sure this one did too. But this one came with an added bonus, so I could... There it is. Really stuck a 45 in there for me, for Love Will Find a Way. I always loved that song, Love Will Find a Way, and I think the B-side on this one is Holy Lamb, and it's on the Atco label. I always loved that song, Love Will Find a Way, and Rhythm of Love. That's always been favorite Yes songs of mine. The album itself is not bad. I could tell where hardcore Yes fans had issues with this record. But, you know, Love Will Find a Way, Rhythm of Love, Shoot High, Aim Low, and what's the name of the other song I really liked on here? Final Eyes. Some good music on here, and an enjoyable listen for $1, and record's in great shape. Really enjoyable. 12-inch single from Genesis, Invisible Touch, and B-side being The Last Domino. Originally wasn't going to get it because I've heard Invisible Touch 500,000 times, but this is the special remix that I've actually never heard before. And of course I've heard the album versions millions of times, so real happy to have that. Peter Gabriel's third album, which a lot of people just call Melt because of the album cover. Originally already had this on vinyl, but this is the German pressing. As you can see by this word I cannot read. This is the German pressing of the album, and the inserts that it came with are original. And I'll show you. It came with a lyric sheet. It has all the lyrics of songs, and it has this whole story here that's in German that I cannot read for the life of me, signed by, there's Peter Gabriel's signature right there. Since I don't read German, I have no idea what it says. So, but you know, I just thought it'd be cool to have a German pressing of this album, and it has the original insert in it. And my vinyl copy didn't have this. So it's nice to finally have this original insert. And it is on the Charisma label. So real cool to have that. So Peter Gabriel's third solo album, like I said, a lot of people call it Melt. And this has to be my favorite Peter Gabriel album. Out of all of them that he's put out, I love this one to death. Pretty much every song on it I think is tits. It's a killer album, and one of my favorites to listen to from Peter Gabriel. Love his solo records, but I think he really shows his strengths as a solo artist and as a writer on this album. Some fantastic music on it, and some cool drumming by Phil Collins on it as well. So really cool record. I got this one by Fleetwood Mac. Mirage, and listened to this last night, and a really enjoyable listen. Always loved the songwriting of Fleetwood Mac and their vocal harmonies. The big songs on here, of course, were Gypsy and Hold Me. And what I remember about this record, it came out in '82, and I think I was 11 years old, going on 12 when this album came out, and I remember the song Hold Me. And what was interesting about the song was that I was hearing it on black radio stations. I don't know why. I don't know if for those of you who are too young to remember, you know, back in the, like, I would say, when I remember back in the early 80s and later 70s, early 80s, let's try it again. Early 80s early 80s, the radio was divided into two. There was black radio and there was white radio. Basically, black person's music, white person's music. And for some reason, Hold Me was being played on both radio stations. Very few songs by white artists were being played on black radio. I remember that one and Tom Tom Club was being played a lot. And when I think, so every time I hear Hold Me, I always remember it was played on a local black station here, and I just never knew why. It's like, I don't know too many black people who like Fleetwood Mac. But that song Hold Me was played on black radio a lot around here. And it's just hard to believe that beliefs like that existed in America. And 82 wasn't that long ago. But there was black radio and there was white radio. Everybody has to be white. Everybody has to be black. And if they're all black, it's R&B music. And if they're all white, it's rock music. Crazy. But anyway, I got this one from the Cars, Panorama. And not really my favorite Cars album, but what makes this interesting is it was signed by all the members of the band. As you can see, let me see. Actually, I'll zoom it in here. So you can see all the members of the band signed this record. And that's really cool. This was actually the owner of the store. His name is Willie. This actually came from his private collection. I think he went to a lot of rock shows in his day and got to meet the Cars and got them to sign it. David Robinson, Rick Ocasek, Greg Hawkes, Ben Orr, Elliot Easton. Really cool. And he just threw it in there for sale because he said he never listens to it. And he sold it to me for $1. And it's signed by every member of the Cars. So, really cool. Another album was Bruce Hornsby and the Range, Scenes from the South Side. Really, really, really love this album. I always love the music of Bruce Hornsby. Like his piano playing. The guy's an excellent piano player. I have a live DVD of his. And it's just fantastic. And Huey Lewis actually plays on this harmonica on this record. And sounds awesome. Side one, well, actually the whole album is fantastic. There's maybe one or two bummer songs on here. The Valley Road, I remember, was the single that I remember hearing on the radio. Such a fantastic album. And there's a song here called Jacob's Ladder, which was written by Hornsby. In the 80s, it was actually recorded by Huey Lewis and the News. It was one of my favorite Huey songs. But this version kind of has a southern feel to it. And that song's featured on this album. It's a cool song. And it really cooks live. much better than the album version, but the album version is a real good song too. So this is a really fun album to listen to. Really enjoyed it. This next one I bought just out of curiosity. It's Pat Benatar. I forgot the name of this record now. In the Heat of the Night. It's an okay record. I mean, it has Heartbreaker, We Live for Love, I Need a Lover. The music wasn't really the reason I bought this, because it's one of those original master recording series. And I don't own any records with that under that series. And I was just wondering if the sound quality is that big of an improvement. I have the original vinyl version of this, and oh yeah, it sounds a lot better than the original vinyl. Just an awesome sounding record. It sounds way better than the original. And it came with this original insert here, which is basically a catalog of the series and all the records that fell into that catalog. Just an amazing album, sounding album. The music is so-so. It's Pat Benatar, but I remember the sound quality was such an upgrade from the original vinyl version, so I'm going to try to look for more records under that series because they sounded fantastic. I believe I might have saw Genesis, Trick of the Tail, under this series. I think Lazarus showed it. I would really love to have that one. Another 12-inch single, Tears for Fears, Mother's Talk. One of my favorite songs off of Songs from the Big Chair from Tears for Fears. This is a remix version too, Beat of the Drum Mix. And of course you get the long version and you get the album version. on here. And Mother's Talk is always one of my favorite songs from Tears for Fears, so nice to have this. And a really rare record from U2, Wide Awake in America. 2 live tracks from the album Unforgettable Fire, and 2 B-sides, or 2 actually throwaway tracks that never made that album. So, great version of Bad on here. Bad being one of my favorite U2 songs. And a real good version of that here, as well as a sort of Homecoming. And then 2 songs that never made the Unforgettable Fire LP, so really nice to have that. The last record I bought was from the jazz band Vital Information, Global Beats. Nice cover. I always thought that was a nice cover. A good record. I wouldn't say it's a phenomenal record or an excellent record, but it's a good record. The reason I bought this is because I actually, the drummer of this band is Steve Smith, who used to be in the band Journey, and when Journey broke up, he became a jazz musician and formed Vital Information, Vital Tectones. And I got to meet Steve Smith twice and saw him play with Vital Information a couple of times. And the guy is one of my favorite drummers. He's just a fantastic drummer, both rock and jazz fusion. I mean, the guy plays it all, and he's just a beast on the drum set. He does things that look physically impossible. And, you know, like I said, I got to meet him a couple of times. He signed one of my drum heads. And one of my favorite drummers, and a real nice guy too. I also got to meet Tom Foster, who's a keyboard player for Vital Information, as well as Frank Gambale, who plays guitar for the band. All nice guys. And so I bought this record really just because I'm such a fan of Steve Smith's drumming. Okay, he sold me some cassettes too. I'll blaze through them real quickly. They were 25 cents a piece, and they were all in excellent shape, so I thought I would go ahead and get them. So I'm going to need a zoom for this. Yes is Union. And I still remember when this first came out, the song Lift Me Up was my favorite off of this. And was listening to this last night. This is a really good album, so really glad I have this. From Berlin, we have Love Life. I already have this on vinyl, but I thought, what the hell, why not the cassette? It's only a quarter. We got another one, Count 3 and Pray from Berlin. I just like 80s pop music, what can I say? And so, real glad to have that. Live's first record, which was called Mental Jewelry. Fear Lies on the Riverside. Operation Spirit and The Beauty of Grey were my favorite songs on here. Just couldn't remember the names exactly word for word, but a fun album. I actually like this album more than I like Throwing Copper, which was like their big hit album. But I prefer this one, and I'm real glad to have a cassette of it. From Peter Gabriel, this is called Passion. This is the soundtrack from The Last Temptation of Christ, the movie. Yeah, the movie, you know, not to be confused with the Broadway play. But some great music on here. I remember when in one of my videos I played a song called Waves, which was one of my original songs that I was involved in. The guitarist that was in the pictures I showed, his name is John. The guy's always been a thrash metal fan, and he asked me what are some of my favorite artists. One time I told him Peter Gabriel. He wasn't very familiar with any of Gabriel's music, so I turned him on to a lot of Gabriel's music. I think this was his favorite album from Peter Gabriel. So if I can turn a metal thrash fan into a Peter Gabriel fan, my work is done, and it was done with this album. I got another one from Peter Gabriel, Us. Has Steam on it, has Talk to Me, The Blood of Eden, Washing of the Water, Digging in the Dirt, some great stuff on here. Really good album. Have this on surround sound CD, sounds fantastic. Stu Ham, Kings of Sleep. I guess that's the best way to look at it. Stu Hamm is actually the bass player for Joe Satriani. A really talented bass player. This is an all-instrumental album, a lot of jamming on it. Really fun stuff. And two of the same cassette, but one's the actual record label release, which is the Freddie Jones Band. And I bought that just for one song called In a Daydream. And the name of the album, which I never bothered to learn, is called Waiting for the Night. But they have a song, the first song on the side too, called Waiting In a Daydream. Just a fantastic song. Really love the guitar work on it. And so this is the official cassette, and here's the promo copy. I guess that the record company is sending to radio stations or record stores or whatever. So I have the exact same album. I never really seen that before. Thought it was quite interesting, and went ahead and got that. Well, anyway, that's everything I showed you here. I think really sold me the whole lot. Plus, I bought a couple of CDs. They sold me the whole thing for $18, and just shook my hand and thanked me for being such a loyal customer. So, really sad to see him go. I want to share some news with you guys. As I'm sitting here recording this, it's Wednesday night. Tomorrow, which would be Thursday, the 29th, I believe. Yeah, the 29th. I'm going to audition for a new band. The band is called Broken Note Undertone, and they're a mixture of punk, rock, folk, acoustic music, funk sometimes, and they're a mixed bag of styles. I met them on Facebook, and just got to talking to them, online, and somehow arranged and bullshitted my way into a tryout for the band. They're looking for a new drummer. And so I managed to BS my way into an audition, and my audition is tomorrow. And I'm real excited about it. I hope I do well. On the next video, I'll let you guys know if I'm in the band or not in the band. And I'm also excited because I just ordered a new order of Blake sleeves, and I'm going to Blake the rest of my collection here because albums look so great in Blake sleeves. But anyway, that's going to do it. I guess that's my last video for 2011. And the next time I see you, it will be 2012. So everyone, have a happy and safe new year. And I'll see you guys in the next video.